Leeann, Fulena.
I would tell my younger self to trust my instincts. I think when you're a young person, a lot of times you rely too much on what other people think about you and what other people think you should be doing, when in the meantime, I think a lot of times you know what's best for you. I have a lot of mentors in my life, fortunately. Probably the greatest mentor is my mother. My mother took us all over the world, showed us amazing things. She mentored us in values, in education. I also had mentors professionally. I had Judge Francis Kayaza, who mentored me a great deal, and the first employer I had as an attorney was a man named Carmen Lamacusa, who taught me a lot about the law. My mentor, even to this day, is Rhonda Cedina. She was really the first female attorney that I got to work with. She taught me, her big quote to me always was, "Don't be Corky Sherwood, be Murphy Brown," which is applicable in today's day and age because that show's back on the air. But what she taught me was that it was okay to be strong, it was okay to be a good advocate for my client, and to not let other people push me around. And that's something that I think before Rhonda was in my life, I didn't really take that to heart. I had trouble with this question because I couldn't come up with something specific, and what I basically found was that I asked some people. They told me that I really mentor a lot of people, and that's one of the things that I really like to do in life. I talk to a lot of different people, I mentor a lot of different people, and what I learned from all these experiences I have is that mentors and mentees need to work collectively. Because I think when you take wisdom and experience and you put that with youth and vitality, you can do just about anything to change the way the world is. So we need to learn from each other as mentors and mentees, and that we should all be doing it all the time. I have to say that I could not come up with a specific moment. I think what happens in life is that it happens gradually, a little bit at a time, and then one day you just recognize that I am the one that people are coming to seeking advice, and that they're expecting me to help them with their problems. I think everybody out there can tell you that I would be writing. In fact, I do a lot of it now, but at this point nobody pays me to do it. I could give you examples of specific times when I failed, perhaps in my career professionally, where I lost an argument, I lost a case. But I think that the failures that stick with you are the small failures, and they're the ones that you look back and you say, wow, I could have done something and I didn't. I failed to act. And I think that's the problem that a lot of us have today, is that we could be or should be doing more and we don't. When I was young, I probably thought that it was things that could be measured maybe monetarily or by tangible things. And the older you get, the more that you realize that the true successes in life are when you help somebody else, when you make a difference in somebody's life, or when you affect a positive change on the world. That's something that I come to learn as I get older. I don't think I always knew that. And it's something that I try to tell people that I mentor. Well, I thought to myself that she would say that I was loud, that I was short, and that I was busy. But I actually still know my first grade teacher, so I asked her. And she told me that I was inquisitive, and that I was bright, and that I was always doing something, but it was good, what I was doing. So I think she thought the same thing that I thought, only she said it in a nicer way. Famous writer David Foster Wallace that gave a speech to Kenyon College, a commencement speech. And in that he uses the quote, "This is water." And this is water basically means that we all look at things, we need a perspective or a basis to understand what's going on around us, and that from that we make choices. I had to think about this a lot because I couldn't come up with one thing in particular because there's been so many significant historic events, but I kind of went back to what I would consider more of a prehistoric event. And the prehistoric event that I talk about is the fact that in our DNA as women, we were always from the outset the gatherers, the hunters and the gatherers. And I think that women as the gatherers, that's our strongest asset, but it's one that we don't look at often enough because women think collectively. We think about what's best for the whole as opposed to just a direct one-shot goal that I have, which is, when you're hunting an animal. Not that that necessarily means that women and men can't share those, but within us, within women, is that built-in DNA historically that comes with us that makes us collective thinkers. And I think we need to use those skills to better the world. The invention, well, I asked my sister this because I was thinking a lot about this, and my sister said she'd like to create pizza that made you lose weight, which I think is an excellent idea. But I think probably what I would like to do is, if I had the talent, something with regard to time. I'd like to be able to control time, to harness time. I'd like to build a time machine and go back and talk to my dad and tell him about some of the things that I've done. I'd like to have more time in the day, maybe than other people have, or just to control time altogether, by day, by week, by year, just in a lifetime. I need more time.